Chester, why did you do that?
Sorry to wake you like that, old buddy, but today marks the beginning of the last week here at Camp Falling Pines. We have so much to do before we leave on Friday. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Guys, you need to hurry. They're serving cream-filled donuts for breakfast this morning in the mess hall. They're saying it's going to be the best treat we've had all camp long.
What? Even better than the roasted scorpion s'mores?
Ooh.
I'm not kidding. Let's go.
I knew I had a reason for waking you up like that today.
It's gonna be a long week. Long week.
These look glorious.
Yes, these cream-filled donuts look so good, it makes me wish I actually ate food.
I have to admit, they do look tasty. Could it be that we actually have normal food for once?
I hope you boys are enjoying our special dung beetle donuts.
Oh, come on.
Whoa, dung beetle donuts. While I'm not surprised, it does make me wonder though.
Wonder what?
What would the cream filling be made of in a dung beetle donut?
Okay, that's it. I am out of here. Chester, what does our schedule say we have first today?
It looks like we have our Nature 101 class in the education hall.
Alright, I'm heading over there. I'll see you in a bit.
Sounds good. Save me a seat. How much would you give me to eat this dung beetle donut?
Nothing. You've already eaten all the other bug food items. Why stop now?
Yeah, good point. Down the old hatch. Yowza! That donut sure did a number on me.
You know, even though I'm really looking forward to eating regular food again, I'm going to miss this camp. Everyone here is so nice, and we all get along so well. It's not always like that in my town.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, unfortunately there are still some people today that don't treat everyone the same. I've heard things you don't even want to know about.
That's awful.
Yes, it is. But anyway, let's not focus on any of that. I'm really going to miss this place. It has been a blast.
Yeah, me too. Wilderness camp hasn't been nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, I haven't had to worry about wild turkeys at all. I haven't even seen one.
See, Chester? You were worried for nothing.
Good morning once again, campers. I trust you all enjoyed our special breakfast treat this morning? Excellent! My thoughts exactly, Chester. This is the last week of our camp. We will finally be learning about all the animal wildlife that live in the woods around us. Isn't that exciting? After our lesson indoors, we will be heading outdoors for a special surprise. A forest wildlife petting zoo. You'll be able to get up close and personal with some of the most amazing animals we talked about today. Before we jump into the kinds of animals, we need to know that all the animals work together with the environment and each other to sustain life in the forest. This is known as ecology. Removing even one small creature from the environment can change everything. Now then, what are some specific types of animals in deciduous forest biomes? One of my favorite is the black bear. Their fur is shaggy and usually black. These bears are about 4 to 7 feet long and 2 to 3 feet high. Male black bears weigh in at 150 to 300 pounds. Black bears are omnivores, which means they eat fruits, herbs, grasses, and fish, and small mammals. They're also very fast, reaching running speeds of up to 30 miles an hour. Amazing, right? Next on my top animal list is the red fox. Standing at around 2 feet tall and 3 feet long, red foxes have red fur on their face, sides, back, and tail. They have large pointy ears that can hear so well that they can even hear rodents digging underground. Last on my list is the copperhead snake. Like the other two animals on my list, the copperhead's name describes its color, more specifically from their copper-colored heads. Copperheads are pit vipers, which means they have heat-sensory pits on both sides of its head between the eyes and nostrils. This helps them sense changes in temperature, so they can strike more accurately. Now, copperheads are venomous, so we all need to be careful of these stunning creatures. Now, there are a ton of other types of animals that live in our forest environment, such as the white-tailed deer, hawks, raccoons, porcupines, snowy owls, and much more. Each of these animals are important to the life of the deciduous forest, which is why we need to treat each of them with respect. Now then...
Excuse me, Mr. Foot. Is it okay if I add something?
Of course, Chester.
I love hearing about all the animals that live in the deciduous forest and all that, and I do respect them, but I think we should also talk about respecting each other too.
Yes, I agree. I know this is a wilderness camp and I love nature, but I still think Chester brings up a point that is important enough to talk about.
In Genesis 1:26-27, God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. God set mankind apart from the animals. Only we are made in the image of God. And being made in the image of God is why we need to treat every single person with absolute respect.
Right, so let's break that down. What does it mean to be made in the image of God? Does it simply mean that we, with our physical human bodies, look like God? No. It means that we represent, reflect, and resemble God. Kind of like how a photo of you is simply an image of the real you. It looks like you, shows people who you are, and represents you. And think about it. All people, both male and female, of every color and culture are made in God's image. All people. Then it should be easy to understand that we should treat each other, regardless of differences, with equal respect.
So, yes, it's important to treat nature with respect. After all, God created it too. But it is so much more important to treat people with respect, since we're all made in God's image. Well, there you go, Mr. Foot. That's all I had to say. I hope I didn't mess up your lesson too much.
Now, boys, don't you think anything of it. I think you both made excellent points here today. Thank you for reminding us all about what's truly important. And I also want to thank you both for leading us in mealtime prayers over the past 3 weeks. You've done a great job.
Ahem. What about me?
Oh, yes, and thank you, Bobby.
It's Robbie.
Of course. Thank you, Robbie, for being our much-needed mobile sound system these past 3 weeks. Now then, who's ready to head outside and get up close and personal with some forest animals? We even have a special animal guest today, one we don't usually have.
Ooh, I bet it's a black bear.
Who in their right mind would have a black bear in a petting zoo?
No, it's not a black bear. It's a wild turkey.
Wild turkey?
Yeah, isn't it great? I know how much you love them, so I called in a favor and got one here. You can be the first one to pet him, Chester. What? Was it something I said?
I guess he just couldn't contain his excitement, sir.
Oh, wow, okay then. Well, let's go, kids. Let's get going before we all have to say goodbye to Camp Falling Pines.